You may now begin your presentation.
I have no place to call home.
I just want a job.
My city needs help.
I don't want to fail.
The scenes you just saw illustrate the people in need in our Central Texas community, an area located directly between Austin and San Antonio, Texas. Texas State University calls San Marcos, Texas home and sits right in the heart of this booming region. For your convenience, our presentation follows the order of the criteria on your judging sheet. Follow and enjoy our story of how our Texas State Enactus team used their knowledge and skills to help empower people to realize their dreams. Stay tuned.
Dream number one, Mobile O's and Fishes Project. Why would a multimillionaire with extensive business enterprises sell everything he owns to buy food trucks to distribute meals to homeless people? A few years ago, Mr. Alan Graham founded Mobile O's and Fishes with a vision to feed homeless people in Central Texas. He started by living on the streets for 150 days to really understand their chronic hardships. Stay tuned for this powerful story and see how business concepts and a dream helped empower over 2,300 people.
What are the relevant economic, social, and environmental factors that led us to the Mobile Loaves and Fishes Project? $2.9 billion are spent annually by the federal government in an attempt to solve a complex social issue, homelessness. Nationwide, the homeless account for more than 500,000 people, 16% of whom are chronically homeless and have a hopeless future. Who are the people in need? Even in our own backyard of Austin, Texas, who leads the nation in job growth, over 2,000 people are on the streets on any given night. But why?
According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, the 4 causes of homelessness are profound loss of family, perceived lack of opportunity, mental illness, which is a stunningly high 26%, and finally, addiction.
Of course, giving a man a fish does not solve the core problem of homelessness. You have to teach people to fish. So, why not apply business concepts and an entrepreneurial approach to tackle the core issues? To address this need, Mobile Loaves and Fishes hires homeless people to produce and sell 6 different products.
Here are the project details for Mobile Loaves and Fishes. Our assessment showed what was needed was some initiative. So we held a team competition to generate ideas to expand the product offerings. You have probably heard of the popular television show called Shark Tank, where successful entrepreneurs invest in startup enterprises. Well, we held our very own version of that concept. We were stunned at the product prototypes our Enactus students submitted. The winner was glass artistic vases because they were made out of environmentally friendly materials and easy for the homeless to replicate. The vases will be sold at the Pecan Street Festival, which over 200,000 people attend.
Now, on to the second component of this project, called Street Treats. Why not capitalize on another popular local venue, Austin City Limits, to help the homeless earn more money? Here's how Street Treats operates. The homeless work as street vendors, selling prepackaged ice cream during the event. But they lacked planning and strong implementation and needed our tangible and intangible help.
Our added value? First, 35 Enactus students taught them how to take inventory and replenish the product. Then, we taught them accounting and sales functions. But perhaps more importantly, we helped tell their story to drive sales. A director for Mobile Loaves and Fishes was really excited about the results our team produced. Let's listen.
Thanks so much, Texas State Enactus, for helping our vendors average over $23 an hour in sales and tips. More importantly, thanks for touching the hearts of the chronically homeless. You've truly given them hope for a better tomorrow.
Now, on to the final and most heartwarming component of this project. The ultimate empowerment for the chronically homeless is, of course, a home. We saw the prototypes of the 5 levels of proposed living for the homeless who are working and earning money, from a refurbished RV down to a very small house. Construction costs range from $3,000 to $18,000. Rents range from $580 to only $200 monthly, depending on the size and features of the structure. The key driver for the homeless is the pride of earning the money for the rent, enabling them to maintain their independence.
Texas State Enactus unanimously decided to commit significant funds that we earn from our profit centers to build the structures. But we agree the project should be about more than just raising the money to build the homes. Our team felt very strongly that we should put sweat equity into the project. So we committed 1,000 man-hours and over 100 people to add significant value to this project. The quality of life and standard of living for the homeless was immediately raised exponentially. Word of mouth about this project quickly spread, fostering an environment of empowerment among everyone, the sponsors, our team, and the homeless themselves.
Our metrics, profits for the homeless. Here are the numbers. We empowered the homeless to earn profits of $41,000. But in the grand scheme of things, we taught them planning, management, budgeting, and one person at a time, we taught them how to embrace the entrepreneurial spirit, a critical first step toward living independently.
Our results in the big picture: each month to live independently in Austin, Texas, the homeless need about $500. These two projects allow the homeless to earn this amount so they can have a real home. Ask us about how this project is sustainable and how we are working to take those 2,300 people in Austin, Texas, literally off the streets.
Our knowledge and skills, plus implementation, equaled an improved quality of life and standard of living. Empowerment. This initiative is extremely scalable and is now in 5 cities and 4 states. With our help, Mobile Loaves and Fishes has an 85% success rate for keeping the chronically homeless off the streets. Let's give people who are down their luck new purpose and pride, and help the government save $2.9 billion a year.
The homeless aren't the only ones down on their luck. 75 million, the number of people in the great American middle class. 12.5 million, the number of workers unemployed. 23.1 million, the estimated number of workers underemployed. Our next project is dream number 2, Job Help, which empowers the great American middle class. Stay tuned for big results.
What are the relevant economic, social, and environmental factors that led us to Project Job Help? 4 out of 5 U.S. adults struggle with joblessness, near poverty, or reliance on welfare for at least a part of their lives, a sign of deteriorating economic security and an elusive dream for the American middle class. Who are the people in need? Millions of people, educated, uneducated, and veterans, have been impacted by rapid innovation in changing industries and the failure of education programs. The middle class needs job help.
Here are the project details for Job Help. Applying business concepts and an entrepreneurial approach, we created original content for 10 job modules, such as 5 ways to find a job, preparing for the interview process, and finally, effective stress management. You know, maybe we ought to take that class.
How is Project Job Help unique? We also created a customized cloud-based application to access all the original content modules and live action tutorial videos, environmentally friendly with a small carbon footprint. Each job seek will have their own digital online resume with their own personal URL.
Working with 8 partners, 35 Texas State Enactus students taught at 4 locations in Central Texas with the reach of 5 million people. Texas State Enactus became the bridge between 300 employers and a wide spectrum of job seekers.
Our metrics were the number of middle-class job seekers completing the program and the number hired. Our results were huge. Over 1,000 people, including 100 veterans, completed the program. All demographics, no education to PhDs. The very best way to improve your quality of life and standard of living is to get a job. At least 2/3 were hired.
Therese Barnett from Texas State Enactus helped me with my interviewing and job skills. I got the job. Thank you, Texas State.
The ultimate proof of Project Job Help's positive impact was when our major strategic partner received a $500,000 grant for the continuation of the veterans portion of our training program. Our significant hire rate for workers completing our training was integral for the $500,000 award. As a side note, we also became PTSD certified to train the veterans to adjust to civilian life.
This project is sustainable without our involvement and is great for the environment. Because of our Job Help app and interactive job modules, other Enactus teams can help address the unemployment and underemployment in their local communities. This project has produced big results. Remember those 40 million middle-class workers? If the 518 U.S. teams participated with us, think of that impact.
2010, Stockton, California. 2011, Jefferson County, Alabama. 2012, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And 2013, the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Sadly, what do they all have in common? They are all bankrupt. On to dream number 3, project budget infographics.
What are the relevant economic, social, and environmental factors of this situation? Taxpayers are stuck with higher taxes for municipal bonds that support schools, roads, and water treatment facilities. Higher taxes drive residents out, companies close, and communities go into a precipitous decline. So who are the people in need? All of the above.
Mr. Larry Peterson, one of our advisory board members, helped us generate an idea to address the budget woes of U.S. cities and counties. Our next project provided the solution. Dream number 3 is Budget Infographics, a quality software program which saves paper and is good for the planet, that is easy to understand, low cost, and provides much needed financial transparency.
Here are the project details for Budget Infographics. We applied business concepts and an entrepreneurial approach to 1. Help design a technology platform. 2, produce a web commercial and website. And ultimately, 3, we put feet on the ground to sell the concept. You have to see it to understand it. Budget Infographics is an overall view of your annual city budget that provides a one-click drill down to show you exactly where your tax dollars are being spent. Easy and efficient, this program gives you accurate details about important budget figures.
Our metrics make the program more saleable and sell it. Our results, the cities of New Braunfels, League City, and San Marcos, Texas, have bought the program. Why did these cities choose to implement budget infographics? Take a look. This is the printout of a typical city annual budget. Now condense this to 6 screens. Which would you rather read?
Thanks to Budget Infographics, city councils, mayors, and citizens are now effectively empowered to more fully understand their city's finances. Cities can be more financially secure, which would ultimately improve the residents' standard of living and quality of life. Would you rather have this or this? Let's not have more bankrupt cities.
On to dream number 4, Project Row. What are the relevant economic, social, and environmental factors that led us to this initiative? Small businesses make up 99% of U.S. employers and provide 64% of new private sector employment. Who are the people in need? It's the entrepreneurs themselves. Only about 1/3 of business startups survive 10 years or more.
New entrepreneurs and innovators are the key to putting Americans back to work, with 2 out of every 3 jobs coming from a small business and 100% of the net new jobs coming from 5 years old. These risk takers are the key to our economic prosperity. Simply put, if they don't grow and expand, then neither will our economy.
So, how can Texas State Enactus help?
Listen to this story. Working his way through school, Aaliyah Jaws joined Enactus with the idea that he liked the vibrancy of entrepreneurship. Because Ali was meeting so many business people through Enactus, he quickly realized there was a significant demand for management and marketing help. Ali responded, "He's smart and entrepreneurial, just like Mark Zuckerberg, but in a suit, no hoodie." He started an Enactus project, and it turned into a highly successful business called Row.
Here are the details for Project Row. Small businesses need affordable technology, so Row's first initiative was called WebSeeds, which gave businesses an online presence. Quickly, the business owners asked for more help with front and back office operations. An upgraded package was then created, adding detailed analytics and search engine optimization features. But a picture's worth 1,000 words. Notice the growth of Row, now with an umbrella of services, from online advertising provided by our Google certified technicians to targeted direct mail campaigns with costs less than the price of a stamp, all the way to social media management, and finally, proprietary business software.
Here's one of Row's product rollouts. Regina Schneider, a female entrepreneur with a dream, had the idea of producing high-quality customized children's books, which could provide a triple benefit. They had to be fun, teach kids to read, and be interactive. We turned her dream into a business reality. We developed a sophisticated platform from scratch that uses 16 books as templates. We also did graphic design, created a virtual interactive storefront, and tracked sales. Since September, she has extended her reach to 48 states and 39 countries, becoming a successful online entrepreneur.
Another example was not with a startup, but involved an existing catering business who was struggling and in need of a facelift. Karen Blevins, the owner of Good, Better, Best Catering, had the right recipe for dinner, but not the ingredients for business success. Here's what we did for her company. 1, created an online presence. 2, conducted a feasibility report. And 3, produced and distributed affordable direct marketing materials to increase her exposure. We also received the Walmart Women's Empowerment Grant, which allowed her to further gain recognition among her customers.
Our metrics, new clients and revenues determine the success of this project. Our results, Row effectively empowered over 150 clients, created original marketing content that has been viewed over 100 million times, and the gross revenue for the last year is over $100,000. We now have clients nationwide. You may see our TV commercial air in New York City.
Grow, the future of integrated marketing. Connect with customers through engaging online and traditional solutions. Grow's comprehensive low-cost services make it easy to grow your business. Visit grow.net or call 1-888-596-GROW.
Here is the very best part. Monthly, for every client, a tree sapling is planted in areas of deforestation. Now, over 5,000 saplings in 16 countries. We have helped startups, existing businesses, our own students, and the planet.
Remember, vibrant small businesses make up 99% of U.S. employers. The Row Project for Texas State Enactus recently won an award for Best Marketing Firm in San Marcos, Texas. We hired 13 people for real jobs at a real business. We empowered small business owners who were trying to grow their businesses. And we empowered ourselves, allowing us both to increase our standard of living. It's funny, and it's true. And as a side note, Texas State Enactus is now accepting applications.
In summary, what value does a big team with 200 members and over 50 projects have? At the end of the day, unless you help people change their lives, you have done nothing.
Texas State Enactus committed to apply our ideas, knowledge, and skills to empower as many people as possible. Our goal wasn't to give handouts to people in need, but to work side by side with them to create opportunity, so every person or community we touched was empowered to realize their dreams. Now, listen to our impact.
I'm now working to get a home.
I now have the skills to get a job.
My city's budget is now more transparent.
Now my business is growing.
We are Texas State Enactus, using the power of free enterprise to help people achieve their dreams.
Thank you, and we will now entertain any questions you may have for our team.
Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
Hello, over here. Can you share with us the number of units that you refurbed on those mobile homes, or how many of those homeless homes you built in total?
Absolutely. We are very excited to have the prototype done. We experienced 4 ice storms in February that put us a little behind schedule as far as the houses go. However, we were able to complete pouring all of the concrete slabs, the commercial kitchen, as well as the gardens. We have the parts on the way for those houses, and we're ready to start building as soon as we get back. In our downtime, it ended up being a blessing in disguise because we actually discovered a way to more efficiently build those houses, so it worked out in our favor.
Which one of the 4 projects you presented has, in your mind, the biggest impact?
I think the mobile loaves and fishes has the biggest impact. As for us, we get to work side by side with some of these individuals, build the houses with our own hands, and on top of that, take some of those homeless people off the streets. We're working, 2,300 is a big number, but we're getting there, little by little.
My question, I'm over here. My question is, in your annual report, you have, for your Row project, you state that you had $100,000 in gross revenues. Actually, did that make a profit, and how does that fit in your financial statement?
Row is actually quite profitable, over profit margins over 50%, and it's actually not on the back of your annual report, since it is now a successful business. It started as a project. We drew up the blueprint for the whole company as an Enactus project. Now it's a successful project. A successful company that's made over $100,000. But through some of that profit, we are funneling that back into the Enactus team through our Race for Relief. We are purchasing sponsorship packages. Does that answer your question?
I had a question here. Thank you. On your dream number 3, the budget infographics, can you give an example of when you sold the software to a city, what they did with it? Did they find and identify problems within their budget, and how did that change the trajectory of their spending?
Thank you for that question. When we actually sold it to some of the cities, we also have an account that looks over the full budget, and we're pleased to announce that for multiple cities, we've actually found some errors that they were able to correct and collect some funds back. Does that answer your question?
Just to add to that, we recently launched the most upgraded version of that software package. Cities were requesting a number of things, one of which was the ability to compare cities' budgets. They do now have that ability, so they're able to see how they're doing in comparison to their neighbor.
Hi, I have a question. On your project row, you said you secured about 150 small businesses as clients. Can you talk about specific marketing tactics you employed?
Definitely. One example would be a local auto collision company, and we were able to move them up to the first spot on Google, and their business has almost now doubled in just a short amount of time.
A question here on budget infographics. Do you have a targeted number of cities that you would like to participate in the future?
That's a great question. It'd be great if we could have all cities participating within our local community. Right now, we have about 4 cities that have purchased the product, and we're entering 5 different states. I think Michaela is actually a little more, is an expert on that particular project, so she'll finish this.
We actually recently signed an exclusive contract with a software as a service reseller who has access to markets in Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Mississippi. They do specialize in working with government agencies, so we're very excited to be crossing outside of the Texas state lines.
On your project Loaves and Fishes, what was the biggest challenge or disappointment that you experienced as a team?
Initially, it was those ice storms. We had scheduled 4 days to go out and start building these homes, but we had some intermittent weather come into Texas, very, very unusual, and it really set us back. But like Michaela said, we're able to really plan a more efficient way to build these homes, and we're ready to get back to work once we get back into Texas.
Right here next to him. On the first project, Mobile Loaves and Fishes, you mentioned that rent would be anywhere from $200 to $500 and some. Do you have an annual, monthly project that all these homeless individuals can work on in order to be able to incur monthly income once those homes are built?
The question and answer time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the Texas Texas State University San Marcos Enactus team. We will now take a 10-minute short break.